Jai Shri Ram. Now we come to Canto 113. Departed back for Ayodhya along with sage Vashishta and others, Bharat pays his respects on the way to sage Bharadwaj and apprising him of what had happened at Chitrakoot and also the pair of wooden sandals that he had received from Sri Ram as the latter's representative, and proceeding further crosses the river Ganga and Yamuna along with his followers. Departing from Shringaverapura, he catches sight of Ayodhya and points out to Sumantra its glorious appearance. That was the summary. Now we begin the chapter. Then, placing the pair of wooden sandals on his head, Bharat, for his part, full of joy and accompanied by Shatrughan, forthwith ascended the chariot. The councillors Vashishta and Vamdev and Jabali of steadfast vow and all others adored for their sage counsel travelled in the forefront. Keeping the lovely river Mandakini and the great Chitrakoot mountain to the right, they then departed with their face turned towards the east. Seeing on their way thousands of minerals of every description which were charming to Bharat, accompanied by his army, now proceeded along the northern side of the aforesaid mountain. Not far from Chitrakoot, Bharat now beheld the hermitage in which sage Bharadwaj had taken up his abode. Reaching the said hermitage of Bharadwaj and alighting from his chariot, the valiant Bharat, the delight of his race, saluted the sage's feet. Full of delight, Bharadwaj thereupon spoke to Bharat as follows: Did you meet Sri Ram, my darling, and has your purpose been accomplished? Questioned thus by the wise Bharadwaj, the celebrated Bharat, for his part, who was lovingly devoted to his righteousness, then replied to Bharadwaj as follows: Supremely delighted on being solicited by my preceptor and myself to return to Ayodhya, the celebrated Sri Ram, a sign of Raghu of unrelenting prowess, replied to Vashishta as follows: I shall without doubt unequivocally implement that pledge of my father given to my mother Kaikai, which was to the effect that I shall actually remain in exile for 14 years. Spoken to as aforesaid, the highly enlightened Vashishta, who knows how to speak, actually addressed the following momentous word of Sri Ram, a scion of Raghu, who is an adept in expression. Full of great delight, please gift these wooden sandals decked with gold to Bharat. Existing in the form of these sandals, supply the needs of the people in Ayodhya and safeguard their interests, O highly intelligent prince. Requested in these words by Vashishta, Sri Ram, a sign of Raghu, stood on the sandals facing the east and allowed me to take the aforesaid pair of wooden sandals adorned with gold for carrying on the rule on his behalf. Departed as permitted by the exceptionally high-souled Sri Ram, I am returning to Ayodhya itself, taking the blessed pair of sandals with me. Hearing this happy report of the high-souled Bharat, sage Bharadwaj made the following reply, which was still more agreeable to hear. It is no wonder that, even as water discharged from above collects into a depression, noble conduct for its part should find its place in you, a tiger among men, and the foremost of those who know how to behave well and conduct themselves with propriety. Free from all debt is your mighty armed father, the celebrated Dashrath, of whom we are born, such as pious son as you, fondly devoted to virtue. Bharat, for his part, stood with folded hands before the highly wise Rishi, sage Bharadwaj, who had spoken as above, and clasping his feet, proceeded to take leave of him. Going clockwise round Bharadwaj as a mark of respect again and again, the glorious Bharat, for his part, then left for Ayodhya along with his counsellors. That large army following Bharat returned along the same route, on chariots and bullock carts as well as on horseback and on the back of elephants. Having crossed the divine river Yamuna, adorned with a succession of waves, they all then beheld once more the river Ganga containing holy waters. Having easily crossed with his kinsfolk the aforesaid river, which was brimful with delightful waves, Bharat with his army men duly entered the lovely town of Shringaverapura. Proceeding from Shringaverapura, he vividly saw Ayodhya once more. So the tradition goes. Seeing Ayodhya deserted by his father and elder brother Sri Ram, Bharat for his part felt sore stricken with agony at that moment and spoke as follows to the charioteer Sumantra. Look, O charioteer, desolate and shorn of its grace, bereft of joy, wretched and lifeless, Ayodhya does not look bright as before. Thus ends Canto 113 in the Ayodhya Kand of the glorious Ramayana of Valmiki, the work of a Rishi and the oldest epic. Jai Shri Ram.